Hello guys, welcome back to the Sibling Ting podcast. I am Carter. I will be doing boxing and combat side of sports.
I'm Charlie. I'm the oldest sister and I talk about motorsports.
I am Jesse. I am the youngest brother and I am hungover. Am I doing football and darts?
Oh yeah, that's my sport.
Yeah, that's the one I'm doing.
Alcohol.
Yes. And this is where Carter needs to do.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I was playing with a dog.
You need to. Yeah, if you can hear the background.
Yeah, the dog's here, and I was.
There is a
was-
puppy.
I was playing with a puppy. Right, guys, are we ready?
Yeah,
All right, I think this is the
this.
fifth time, but like the third time we're actually going for it. And I think
We're actually going to do it this
All
time.
right.
Go.
Ready?
All right, 3, 2, 1.
Lights out and game
on. What?
No, I do apologize.
Oh, Jesse!
Oh, Lord,
You
help
let
me.
the team
You
down.
know what? I can already see how this is going to go with the music and when you mess up and then it comes back to this. We're such good podcasters, guys.
Oh, no.
Right,
Yes.
okay, so this week I am starting out because I actually have loads to talk about because it was testing. We're going to dive right in with a really annoying thing. McLaren look amazing. It's
Yeah,
really upsetting to me.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
not
not
happy about it.
surprising, is it?
This week, obviously, Oscar kind of got hit with the bad weather during his actual practice runs during testing. However, both of them looked really, really good. There's approximately 0.21 seconds clear of Ferrari as well during the fastest one laps, and they also look good for the longer runs as well. Jesse, now I'm going to show you a photo of what the cars have been driving like. During testing, this is what the cars look like.
Oh, that's disgusting.
So it's called Flovis paint.
No,
and
that's
basically,
grim.
I think it's paraffin, but basically, it's just this paint that basically sticks to the car. And then when you're going around like the corners or like when you're going quite fast down the straights, it shows you where the aerodynamic. So that paint doesn't stick to the car; it comes off quite easily.
Okay, that's quite cool.
So
then.
yeah, so as they're going on the fast and things like that, the paint basically comes off. But normally, you can't really tell.
Do you know what it kind of
However, it looks like AI.
I was going to say a
literally
war
looks
gun.
like AI. Like it doesn't look real.
It looks
So-
like Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah.
F1 cars and Ghostbusters.
I thought it looked like a water, like them water guns, the
yeah,
toys.
like you sprayed
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Do you actually, guys, do you remember Scooby-Doo? The movie Scooby-Doo?
I do.
Yeah.
The classics.
Yeah.
Do you remember how all the ghosts and the monsters had a green outline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
Like that, yeah.
That's a
That
throwback.
this week, McLaren seemed to be the only one who really went overboard with the Flovis paint, which looked hilarious. I thought it was really funny. So I did think I'd add that in there for you, Jess. I thought you'd like that one. Bring
Thank
you into
you.
motorsport. Lewis has said he's super happy in Ferrari. He said it's the most positive feeling that he's had in a long time, which is really, really sweet to be fair.
It is. I'm sure that paycheck's doing really well.
Yeah.
So, he also set the second fastest time of the testing, the whole of the testing as well, which is really impressive for saying that this is the
It's
first time
impressive,
he's
but
driving a
also
Ferrari.
like testing. We never like Red Bull had the least amount. They might have had the top, but it's testing, isn't it?
I think it's, I think especially when you're going into it and like, obviously the rookies I feel like are different. To be honest, I think the rookies are at more advantage than when you change in a team because the car's going to be so different.
Yeah.
So Lewis to set the second fastest is dead impressive to me. Ferrari just looked so sexy. I'm just going to say it. It looked incredible. Williams were really impressive as well. Carlos was amazing. I think he was fastest. I think
On
it was
day
the second
two.
day. Yeah, day two.
Yeah.
So obviously that, I'm saying he's in a Williams as well. But he keeps saying to everyone that don't expect me on a podium this year, don't expect to see me in points and things like that. But I actually think he's like a massive top 10
He
qualifier.
could get, he could get
And I
points.
think Albon as well, I think again, someone who I really think is going to be high in the grid list.
I personally like Lando Norris.
Is it because it's the only person you know?
No, I can name about 5.
Okay.
I
mean,
wanna-
Jesse,
yeah.
you think you name 5? Go ahead, 5.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah.
Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Perez.
No, he's not on anymore, so...
Is he not?
No. Liam Lawson now drives for Red Bull.
Oh, I see. Oh, no. I can do this. Wait.
One, I just said a name.
Yeah.
I can give you a
Just
second.
said-
Do you
Give me a
have a
second.
Mercedes as well? You should know the Mercedes guy.
Lance Stroll.
Oh
my God.
Of
Oh
everyone
my God.
to name,
I do know
Lance
him.
Stroll.
I do know him.
Jesus, right, okay, well done, Jess. Oh
Sure.
my God.
Technically, he's got it.
I don't know if I'm okay with it.
I don't know if we should
I'm okay
accept
with
it.
but
F1 driver, Lance Stroll. A bit of a...
yeah,
I don't know.
it's unfortunately true. It's not a joy. Big one. the rookies didn't crash. So this year, Jess, we've got 5 newbies to the F1 scene. Now, they've all been sort of like in and around F1, either reserve drivers, they've been on practices, that sort of thing. When, obviously, I don't know if you do know this, but in F1, there is a rule in that basically you have to have a rookie driver do practice laps. I want to say that's 3 in the year. I want to say it's 3 in the year. And basically you have to have those 3 laps covered by a rookie driver. And a lot of the ones, a lot of the rookies this year, they've all done that. So they are familiar with F1. But normally, rookies being in an F1 car usually crash. No rookies crashed. And in fact, all of them did it really, really well. So Isaac Hadjar, who's racing with Racing Bulls / Visa Cash Out / AlphaTauri / whatever their name is this year, he had the most mileage clocked. So he actually did 243 miles alone, which I think someone said like 4 Bahrain Grand Prix distances. I don't know.
Jeez.
Yeah, I know, that's ridiculous, isn't it? Kimi Antonelli, he was incredible in the Mercedes. And he seemed to really, I want to say seamlessly fit into the Mercedes as well, which is really, really cool. A big one as well was Behrman. Now, he looked really good in the Haas. For saying it's a Haas as well, I'm not impressed by the Haas at the minute. The side pods look really bulky. However, there was a big thing with the Haas as well. Now, Jesse, I'm going to show you another picture. I'll show you a picture as well. So this, I don't know if you can see here, is the engine cover. During his lap, the engine cover split off. Yeah. So there it is off. Yeah. And if you can see, it basically caught a hole down the whole side pod there. Yeah. Basically, this was all driving as well. So obviously he got called back in. I'm not going to lie to you, it doesn't show great strength of the Haas, which I've always said, I'm not a massive fan of the Haas at the minute anyway.
Who was it Behrman raced for as a reserve?
Ferrari.
You did amazing.
Yeah, because he filled in during Carlos's
Yeah, he had a surgery, wasn't it?
Yeah, appendicitis, I think.
He did absolutely phenomenal. And then imagine doing that and then coming back to the Haas. Like, well, okay.
That was his sort of drama. And then we've got Doohan, who was really impressive in the Alpine. And I really like Doohan. I feel really bad for him because I think realistically he's on borrowed time because there's a driver called Colapinto, Jess, who was really, really impressive this year with Williams. Colapinto came in. Colapinto was incredible, absolutely amazing. But by the time it had already come, they'd already signed on who was coming on for 2025. Colapinto wasn't signed on with any of the teams. And Williams obviously took on Carlos Sainz from coming from Ferrari. So basically, Colapinto wasn't signed. Alpine signed him as a reserve driver, I think with the expectation that he's probably going to move up, which is really gutting because I think Doohan really does deserve the seat. But we're about to see whether or not he does. We've also got, by the way, now this is a big one. This is despite the car. Gabriel Bortoletto, who is, again, a new rookie. He's done reserve driving, things like that. He's come on with Kick Sauber. Now, the big thing for me is, one, I don't like Kick Sauber for one simple reason, is the team principal is a man called Binotto. And Binotto was Ferrari's team principal, and they ruined Charles Leclerc's chance of becoming world champion. I'm not letting it go. Shut up, Carter. I'm not letting it go. I blame Binotto. So, Binotto is now Kick Sauber's team principal. Let's move past that. However, he was really impressive. He did really well. The car doesn't look good. Kick Sauber's never been really impressive, though. Obviously, Kick's changed its name multiple times again. But just not impressive. Didn't feel that sort of bridge. But I think he put in a huge amount of mileage, and I think that will obviously help, one, with the team stats and things like that, but also just with him getting used to that car, which is obviously ideal for a rookie and everything like that. The big problems, though, with testing came with 2 teams. Aston Martin, I will start with. Fernando and Lance have both said there's improved drivability within the car. Now, if I was an F1 racer and I was like, do you know what? There's improved drivability with a car. It's literally the lowest mark on the board. It's literally like, that is the lowest we can go.
Fernando Alonso knows what he's saying. He probably thinks, oh, wow, this is a really bad car now. And so he says that, so it at least sounds like he has to say something.
Positive, yeah.
And Fernando knows what he's doing. He's been in it for a while. He knows what to say, so it sounds good. Lance Stroll probably just genuinely believes he can drive a car.
Do you know what? I'm not going to get into Stroll yet because I've got something to say about him later, but you know my feelings. In some of the stats from F1 and statistics sites, they were neck and neck with Racing Bulls, and I believe they were at 8 in total. So there's 10 teams just in the whole of F1. Obviously, you get 2 drivers with each. Aston Martin, for the past few years, have been incredibly impressive, like ridiculously impressive, for saying they are a mid-team. They're not supposed to be with Ferrari, McLaren, but they have actually been fighting for podiums and things like that.
Aston Villa.
For Aston Martin to go from fighting for podiums to being on par with Racing Bulls, which is Red Bull Racing sister team for obviously the younger drivers. It's just not feasible. It's not good enough, which is a massive shame because Aston Martin, obviously. In total, Aston Martin, you've now got Adrian Newey and Fernando Alonso within that team. I just think it's a massive shame. Let's forget about the Stroll name. However, let's not, because I also want to mention that on the afternoon of racing, for the last day, he didn't show up because he's feeling unwell. He was the only driver to do so. Yes, I'm aware I'm being a little bit harsh on him, but will I stop? Probably not. Sorry, that's my feelings on Ryan Stroll. Anyway, Red Bull were also not impressive. The slight happiness within my voice is very visible.
I did see something though. I saw a post explaining people think the car is the exact same as last year, which is enough, so they don't need to.
I don't think it is enough. Let's face it, I don't think it is enough. The whole point of testing, and obviously having the paint that I showed you and things like that, it shows you basically what is missing with the wind tunnel. The wind tunnel cannot show you what that car is going to be like on a track. So testing is the best time for all the engineers and everything to see what is going wrong with it. Red Bull really struggled to find lap time. They really, really did struggle the whole of the testing. They actually were unable to find enough at one point to complete a proper race simulation. I think that was with Max. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does say they were also third best in qualifying sims, so they obviously did pick up something somewhere. However, are they picking it up, or is other teams just saying, well, we don't need to show that bit? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't entirely trust that. I don't know. Don't get me wrong. You know, it's also Max Verstappen. I wouldn't rule him out in any capacity. Whatever car he drives, I'm not ruling Max out.
Yeah.
Liam, I'm still not sure on. I'm not sure. I don't know if it is in my heart because I wanted Yuki to be a Red Bull driver. I don't know. But I'm really struggling with knowing.
He's not going to do well.
I agree. But
no, he's not going to do well.
I agree, but I just, there was an interview as well where he was just like, I'm just trying to figure out my way in the team. And, you know, I'm just seeing how it all works. And I'm like, well, you've been in F1. I don't understand how you're seeing what works in a different team. Like, you know what it works. So I don't want to sound like I'm being harsh, but there's a few drivers that are not on my top Christmas card list. Do you know what I'm saying? So that was testing this week. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is MotoGP, because we had our first race this year. Now, this is my first year into MotoGP. I don't understand it well enough yet. However, I did want to talk about it. So it was in Thailand. It was also a massive domination from Marquez. Now, Jesse, we were literally just watching a video. He was the guy who was with Valentino Rossi, the kick that I showed you.
He does like clothing, doesn't he?
Marquez, no.
No, Valentino Rossi.
Valentino Rossi, he has loads of stuff like that, yeah. Rossi's literally one of the most famous MotoGP riders of all time. I even knew about him before I got into any of racing sports and things like that. Rossi is literally one of those names that everyone just knew. And basically, Marc Marquez is kind of the guy who came and stole the thunder a little bit. But, so Marc Marquez has just moved, so he's moved teams, so he's now in Ducati. I'm guessing you know the name Ducati?
No.
Motorbikes?
No.
Ducati? Okay. Basically, Ducati is one of those kind of big known brands, especially in just motorbikes anyway. This is a really nice, positive little story. Marc Marquez did really well in the sprint race. He came first, narrowly beating his younger brother, Alex, who came second.
Wow.
So it was a 1-2, and in the actual Grand Prix, it also was a 1-2 for the Marquez brothers.
And
they were on separate teams as well. So
imagine everybody else on track, like, can we just not have their family?
I know.
Like, it's just
ban the family.
Yeah, ban the whole family. It's not fair.
So Alex is with a different team. So Alex is with BK8 Racing, BK Grazini Racing, which is obviously a separate team to Ducati. However, the only thing I thought, as a sibling, the dad picked whose garage he was going to stand in. Apparently, Mum was at home, I think, because Mark kind of said, "Oh, Mum's going to be jumping on the sofa right now." But Dad picked a garage. If I was Dad, I'd be like, just sit me in the absolute barest of garages, because if I pick one, if we went racing and Dad picked your race, like, I would literally just be like, oh, so Jess is your favourite then all of a sudden? Why would you do this to me?
I'd pick like a rival garage.
I think I would do that as well.
If I was like a family or something,
yeah.
and you guys were racing, I'd be like, right, who's their rivals? And I'll go to both of them, go in.
Just to be better.
Yeah, that's nice.
Just so when we win, we're better.
Could you imagine if Dad picked one of us? As in, like, I'm going to stand and watch it from their garage. I'd be like, so you're picking him then? You're picking him then to win?
He'd choose me.
No, he wouldn't. He'd pick me. We all know it.
He'd pick me.
He'd pick me.
I don't know if it'd come.
To be fair, garage, I'll tell you that much.
It won't be mine.
I'd be safe with that knowledge.
I know this is like not technical about the sport and whatnot, but I will say one thing I do love about motorbikes and is around it is it's very aesthetically pleasing.
It's aesthetically
the outfits,
massively.
It's more so than Formula One.
Yeah,
it's better.
Yeah,
it's like, you know, with like you can get a T-shirt of like a motorbike design and they got a monster on or something like that. Yeah. They always look very nice.
Rossi was known as well for looking like all his designs and stuff always looked really incredible. I mean, F1 and MotoGP also do a similar thing with like designing like the helmets and stuff like that. I always really love seeing the F1 design helmets because they're always really like different and just, you know, they put a lot of effort into it. But MotoGP, there's just something about it. They just look so cool.
Yeah. And
like,
the motorbikes look cooler.
Yeah, they
just do. You see a motorbike and you go, oh, that's cool. You might not know anything about it, but you think, that's cool.
To be fair,
you see a car and you're like, well, I don't understand that.
Because I'm just trying so hard to obviously get into MotoGP just because I've never watched it before. It's the first year that I'm actually going to be starting to watch it and things. And we're even considering going.
Yeah.
I was obviously like going through things and everyone said, no matter how fast you think they look on TV, it is nothing in comparison to how fast they actually are when you're in person. Everyone kind of says the same thing about an F1 car, but it's sort of like you can kind of get the feel for it. Whereas apparently motorbikes, it's just unreal. Like you genuinely don't understand how fast they go, how loud they are. I'm so excited to actually get into it because it looks really impressive. Another thing with the Marc Marquez thing as well, it is his debut with Ducati, and the last person who won on their debut with Ducati, I don't know if you might know this name, Clark, is Casey Stoner in 2007. No. He basically won the year with, I think he took the title basically from Rossi.
Yeah.
And Rossi came third in 2007. So he's like another, again, a big name in MotoGP. So that I thought was mad impressive as well. And so Marc Marquez is sort of one of those names now that is becoming...
How old
really
is he now? Is he still racing?
Marc Marquez? We had this discussion last week. He's like 32.
Hey, are you sure?
Yeah. I think he was born in 93.
Yeah, but like...
He's genuinely
Rossi,
not that old.
Yeah, he's 32, but Valentino Rossi stopped like... When did he stop racing?
Yeah, he was 32. Yeah, thanks, Clark. Yeah, I didn't say that to you, did I?
Valentino Rossi's 46. When did he stop?
He stopped, I want to say, was it 2020 or 2019 or something?
2021.
2021, yeah. So, yeah, that's all mine this week. Testing was incredible. MotoGP was really impressive. Jesse, over to you.
Oh, thank you. I'm on it now. I'm in it. I don't want to speak, personally.
Oh, okay. This is awkward for a podcast.
You're talking about a certain
football
shootout yesterday.
Oh, yeah, I watched that shootout.
Oh, no, I don't care about that.
Oh, right, sorry.
Talking about Derby County losing yet again.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, well, it's...
kind of expected. Why are you upset about it at this point?
I'm not going to lie. I will literally, because I will be doing another podcast. I've had permission to do a Derby special shortly. I'm not... see this minute? That's all the minute. That's all you're hearing about Derby this week because I have accepted League One. I have accepted we are going down. If John Eustace...
Tickets are cheaper.
They're actually not.
Okay.
We talked about that last week.
Yeah, we did talk about that, didn't we? I think I said that.
So I think I'm just going to leave it with... if he can pull this round, I will... you won't hear from me for 3 days. It will be that bad of a hangover.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is not looking good, Brev.
It's not looking good for Brad, yeah.
But on to two other things I wanted to bring up before I have the game. So last week we did the GOAT of each sport.
Okay, has the marketing manager got a new one?
I've got another one.
The marketing manager's got another one.
Just got a couple things to cover up in the world.
Yeah.
Darts.
Yeah.
We had Luke Humphries and Littler final last week in the Premier League, but then we also had Littler decimate in the UK Open.
Could I just say, for the purposes of the podcast, to be clear on this, who was the only person in this household to say Littler's going to win?
Which one, the UK Open or the Prem?
Yeah, the UK Open.
Did he win the Prem?
The only person.
No, Humphries
I was going to say, because I just want to throw it out.
But then what happened on Sunday? You were wrong, I was right.
Yeah, but we never predicted that.
I don't care.
I will admit, James Wade did play exceptionally well against Rock, and then he just couldn't play. The minute he hit face Littler, he just couldn't play.
He was really bad. He was really... He hit 2 ball finishes against
Josh Rock.
Josh Rock, yeah. And it was like, gee, this is amazing. And then he got onto the final, and he was hitting 26s. What? How?
You never back Littler, ever. I always back him.
I always back Humphries.
If I was to put money on it, it would be Littler. At the moment in time, he's just literally unstoppable. You didn't put money on it, and you didn't put money on Littler. So I didn't put money on Littler.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't get a lot back, but I still put money on him, yeah.
Thanks.
So we're just going to quickly do it because I'm excited.
For God's sakes. This is now just becoming a thing every week.
The weekly darts prediction.
Right,
okay.
Gerwyn Price versus Michael van Gerwen. To start off.
Gerwyn Price. I think he's on form for some reason this week.
I'd say Gezi. I reckon Gezi will.
I like Van Gerwen, but I do love
Luke Van Ook versus Christopher Dobie.
Luke Van Ook.
Yeah.
Don't ask a question, Jesse. Why
Cross versus Luke Humphries.
Humphries.
Bunting versus Aspinall.
Bunting.
Aspinall.
Okay. So who
are you going with?
So my prediction would be Gerwyn Price, Luke Littler, Luke Humphries, and oh no, I'd have to go Aspinall.
Oh my god!
I don't want to. I love him. No, I do want to because I love him. But, so Gerwyn Price versus Luke Littler. I think we all
Littler.
Price. He can't. Seriously, Luke Littler can't beat Gerwyn Price. It's not possible. He can't do it. He can't. For some reason, he just can't do it.
Littler.
Aspinall or Humphries?
I said.
Humphries.
Yeah, Humphries.
Yeah. So what we agree?
Every single week.
Are you going Luke final? I'm not going Luke final. I'll go.
Gerwyn Humphries, right?
I'll say Bunting.
I was going to go Price and Humphries.
Yeah, Price and Humphries. Yeah.
If I was to put money on it, I'm going to say Humphries is going to win the night again. I don't think it'll be a Luke final.
I don't want to do it again, but you know what? I'm going to do it again. I think Humphries.
I'm going to say.
I don't want to do it again, but I think Littler's going to win again.
I'm going to say Gezi. I'm going to say Gezi because I want to be different. However, if I was to put money on it, it would be Humphries winning the night.
So on podcast, he's saying Price, but when he does place his bet on Thursday night, he's going to.
You know what?
Humphries.
We're here now as well, so why not? We're going to do the Premier League games coming on Saturday, Saturday and Sunday. I'm only going to do the interesting ones because I'm not. Don't personally want to do Crystal Palace versus Ipswich. Sorry to any Ipswich fans or Crystal Palace fans.
Only because I need.
Ipswich as well.
I'll start with Forest and City at the City ground.
City.
Is it not Forest?
City.
Forest versus City.
City.
Come on.
City. I think if Liverpool faced Forest, I'd pick Liverpool.
Forest.
I'd pick Liverpool over. No, and whoever is playing Forest, it's that team.
Okay. I'm going to say Forest.
You know what? The Derby part of me wants to say City, but the smart part of me wants to say Forest.
I drove around their stadium yesterday.
Just to be clear as well, City has Edison. We all know my loyalties lie there, but I am also a realist in this scenario. Forest.
If you're a realist, you say Man City.
Realist with this season, Forest.
I would go Forest if I was a bigger team at the moment.
Yes.
Stop being silly.
However, I am a Derby fan, so therefore I will be going for City.
Exactly.
That is
good things I don't have those loyalties.
We have this one's obvious. Liverpool, Southampton. Do you reckon it's going to be a slaughter?
Yeah.
No, I don't think
it'll be a slaughter.
I reckon it'll be like a 2-1, 3-1 Liverpool. Obviously.
Brentford versus Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
I'm happy with that. And then the big one on Sunday, I'll leave Tottenham and Chelsea because who cares about Tottenham? I'm all right.
I like Tottenham.
Yeah.
Oh no, because isn't that where?
Son.
Oh yeah,
Son, yeah.
he's so lovely.
He is very
I really
nice.
like him.
So the big game Sunday.
Yeah.
Manchester United
Yeah.
versus Arsenal
Ooh.
at Old Trafford.
You know, this is one of the worst Man U seasons I've ever seen in my life.
I'm going to say Arsenal.
But I'm a fan of Man U. I support Man U.
This
I'm
is
going
your
to
issue.
say
You've
Man
got
U.
loyalties, bro.
Exactly.
You've got the
Loyalty.
loyalty, man.
Loyalty, bruv.
I will go, unfortunately, reluctantly. Not really reluctantly. I'm going to go like 3-0 to Arsenal, I reckon.
Yeah, I say.
I'm gonna say-
I'm going to say
Yeah.
4-1.
I'm going to say 7-1 to Man U.
Can't wait to come back next week.
I'm going to say 6-1 to Man U.
Flip this, Jesse,
I'm going to say
please.
5-1 to Man U. I'm going to say 4-1. Actually, I'm going to go with 3.
I would...
I'm going 2-1.
Before we
2-1 to Man
before
U.
we
Lost.
start the game as
I'll do
well.
1-1.
Okay, yeah,
Before we start the game, I just another sport out of the blue.
go on.
After 21 years on this earth, ever since I was a child, I've been watching a man called John Cena
Oh,
on television.
talk about sport.
Is it? Yeah. Is it
Not
a sport?
dance.
Is it a sport?
I would argue, okay, this might be a good highlight here. I would argue
Okay.
professional wrestlers are in far
Oh,
better shape than most athletes are.
No. They've got more muscle.
Yeah.
But cardio, fitness.
mean they're
Like
in
sport
better
is
shape.
fitness.
I would argue that they are,
better fitness,
if
yeah.
you go sport to sport, that they are probably up there as the most athletic.
No.
100%.
No.
To see what they do in the
No,
ring, you have to be.
athletic,
Yeah.
which means fit. Like, you know.
Yes.
No.
Who would
They're
you argue is above it?
F1 drivers.
Football, F1,
Yeah.
boxing, UFC. They're all.
I personally,
Darts.
the reason I'd say, yeah, look, I've said this, yeah, if you can earn that amount of money and
Yeah,
look like
fair,
that just for
fair.
throwing darts at a board, you are winning in life.
100%.
But I would argue that professional
They're
wrestlers.
definitely up there. I'm not going
Alright,
to say, but
talk
I've
about-
left better.
talk
But there was a
Right,
heel
WWE,
turn. There was a
yeah.
heel turn. I did not see it coming, and I see a lot of
No?
things. It was shocking after 2 decades of it never happening.
Did he start off heel?
Yeah, he started off as the Doctor of Thugonomics.
Oh God, what a vile name.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, I just wanted to mention it. I just wanted to bring it up because
Okay.
it was a big moment.
wasn't it? Yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of replayed that clip about 20 times.
Yeah, it was cool for me. They also dropped the F-bomb, which even I'm not allowed to do on the podcast,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Old school.
But yeah, going back to the darts, I'm really excited for this week's. I'm not gonna lie, it's been saving me sports wise.
Yeah.
I've been watching week in, week out Derby County get
Slaughtered.
Yeah,
Man U is just dropping.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're never correct on darts.
It's not really been good for me sporting
No.
recently.
No.
So what we're gonna do is brutally rate some athletes. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna
Okay.
play overrated, underrated, or perfectly that they got what they deserved.
Oh, I'm ready for some controversy.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna name.
Yeah.
I could literally be any sports star. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll probably go in sections.
Okay.
You just have to tell me overrated,
Yeah.
correctly rated, or underrated.
Okay.
Overrated. can't-
Underrated. Yeah.
Big up. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We're going to start
Go on.
with darts.
Okay.
Phil Taylor.
Rated
Correctly,
yeah.
Yeah.
correctly rated. Yeah.
rated.
It's
Luke Humphries.
underrated. People don't like him.
I say.
People don't like him, but he is underrated.
I say correctly rated.
I'd say he was correct. He's
I'd
very
say
correctly
underrated.
I
rated.
say correctly.
Nathan Aspinall.
Underrated.
I think he's underrated.
Overrated.
Do you think he's overrated?
He never wins, guys. He never wins.
Yeah, but I think
He's a
awesome.
lovely guy. I really like him, but he never wins.
He seems so nice.
He never wins. He's lovely, but he never wins.
Stephen Bunton.
Overrated.
I think
No.
he's. I think he's
He's won a
underrated.
He's
couple.
underrated.
He's really
Overrated.
good.
Underrated.
He's insanely good as well. Michael Van Gerwen.
Correctly rated.
Yeah, correctly rated.
Correctly rated.
Gerwin Price.
Correctly
Underrated.
rated.
I was gonna
People
say
don't
underrated.
understand his
No.
when he's like on. People don't understand it, and he had this like season. He didn't miss.
I
He
also
just didn't-
don't
he didn't miss
think-
whatever he went.
I also don't think that is. If Gerwin Price was to leave darts, I don't think darts would be the same.
Okay.
He is
I don't know, nowadays it's not as fun as it was before, but
No,
yeah.
it's better. It's just Gerwyn Price brings the energy.
Okay, next one, Jess.
All right, we'll get to footballers then, yeah?
Okay.
Oh, we can get off the F1 drivers. I'll punch you.
I want to see you try and name.
Yeah, you're not going to be an old F1 driver.
Footballers, Erling Haaland.
Overrated.
Overrated.
I think he's overrated, personally.
Yeah.
Let's go for Jack Grealish.
Overrated.
Yeah, overrated. I would agree. I would agree.
How many times can I say overrated?
I've got a
However, his thighs.
They're not overrated.
They are not
Marcus
overrated.
Rashford.
Correct.
I want to say correct because I do think he's great. However, I also watch him play, and he's playing for
it's
Villa now.
known,
Yeah,
it's known
how
that
good
he's
he
not
is.
that good anymore. Consistent, yeah, but people know how
I
good
would say
he
he's.
was.
I would say
Correct.
he's either like he is rated correctly or he's overrated. I don't think he's underrated at
It's
all.
correct. I
Yeah.
think it's correct.
I would be happy to be proven wrong.
Yeah.
Though. If he was to prove me wrong, I'd be very happy with that.
Yeah.
Harry Kane.
Overrated.
I'm going to say he's underrated.
I'd say he's correctly rated.
I think he's underrated.
The thing is, I
Correctly
love
rated.
is like I think he's my favourite right now. He's my favourite
You're
footballer in the world
obsessed
right
with
now.
him, it's
I really
sad.
like Harry Kane. However, I can't say underrated because people know how good he is.
Yeah, but
It's
I
not
don't
like
think
he's
he's
not.
appreciated. Like, if you genuinely
should be
look at the
appreciated
statistics
more.
and whatnot,
He should be.
I think he can go up there as the greatest, not the,
Yeah,
the
if he
greatest,
sticks
where
one
he's
of the
supposed
greatest
to.
strikers of all
Yeah,
time.
yeah, he might be under, but I feel like he will do. That's the thing. I think he's correctly rated.
I think if once he wins the Bundesliga, which it looks like he will be doing this season,
Imagine he wins the Champions League as well.
oh
my God, the double.
he deserves
pulls in
it.
a
He
double.
deserves
Jesus.
it.
He does.
I believe he's underrated. Harry Kane is.
Okay.
You know
One
what?
more footballer.
Go on.
You know, if I'll watch a final and I'm hoping it goes like dead close between another one, I'll be like, is it Lee in Arsenal FC, the TV? He goes, he's done it again! Harry Kane! I
We
say
can't
the next
swear. Yeah, we're not
Yeah.
allowed to swear in this podcast. We'll do one more footballer.
Go
Yeah.
on. then.
I'm just gonna try and think. I've got one because we are English fans.
Okay.
English fans, England fans. Jordan Pickford.
one. Underrated. Oh my God, he has clean sheet for the Euros, yeah? He has saved more penalties than the last, how many years of goalkeepers put together? That is an actual fact. He has more penalty saves than the last God knows how many. And it goes like it's a big number put together. He is so underrated.
I
he
would
is
agree.
a phenomenal keeper.
I believe that he's.
correctly rated.
Do I believe that he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world?
No,
Absolutely
no,
not. However,
no.
when he does play for England and what I've seen him do for Everton, when I have decided to actually put on an Everton game.
Because it's hard to watch them.
Do you know what? Derby County has made me really sour. Like, I really can't like anything else in this world because of Derby County. But every time I have watched Jordan Pickford, I do think that the slander he gets, or when people say he's not world class and all this, he is good. He is a very good keeper, and especially for England.
For England, he's phenomenal.
When he plays for England, he is good.
Against, the Euros, when they beat us in Italy, Italy beat us in penalty shootout. All right, we lost, fair enough. But he saved a penalty from someone who had, like, never lost.
Jorginho.
He never missed.
Yeah.
And he saved it. If that's, like, he can pull it off. He can really be
You're
amazing.
really passionate about this guy.
Because I've been in pubs where people have talked about Jordan Pickford, and I'm, like, listening thinking, I hate this. Like,
So we're going on
amazing.
to another section.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Boxing.
Okay.
Boxers.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to start off with
What's that?
Deontay Wilder.
He's underrated or correctly.
Yeah, I'd say.
I would say-
every opponent he's ever faced and beat, he's knocked out.
Yeah. So I'd say.
But then he's
overrated
lost
from
4
that.
times, but his head was gone. So you
Yeah.
can't. So people don't appreciate him as much. He's knocked out every opponent he faced. Well, not faced, but beat. Yeah. It's phenomenal.
I would just say one little thing about my opinion about boxing, and it is the same with F1, same with football and whatnot. Yeah, if for example, if Charles Leclerc, your man,
Careful.
he one day he wins the Grand Prix.
The championship. That's not the Grand Prix.
No,
He's
like,
won many Grand Prix.
yeah, he wins a Grand Prix one day,
Yeah. Okay.
and
Probably gonna happen.
that particular day, he Verstappen and Lando they drove absolutely awful, yeah?
Yeah.
People's opinions, which like that, they switch like that. They'll turn around and go, Josh, he's going to do it. He's actually going to do it. And I think the thing with Wilder is you look at so many world champions in the past and whatnot, and you really don't appreciate that this guy stepped in the ring 40, I think it was 42 times, 41. Was it 41 times? And every single one of them people, he knocked out.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
But you'll always go like, oh, look at these old boxers. You got to look at it as well. Is sometimes it's not about, especially with boxing, because people turn around and go like, yeah, but Wilder will technically, you never face anyone technical. You've got to knock out a 20-stone bloke out. Yeah. Even if even if the guy is or isn't technically gifted, yeah. Even if he isn't, sorry, it is still a very hard thing to do.
Also, to show out as well, not just outside boxing as well. He started fighting for money for his daughter, because he was working a couple of jobs at the time, and then someone just said, "Why don't you try boxing?" He tried it, and then he worked through the ranks to earn money for his daughter, right? Which again is amazing. He started late as well. You know, most boxers that he faced, they're boxing since they were, toddlers. Since they could put on gloves and hit a little boxing bag.
Yeah.
He started, I'm not sure if he was in his 20s. I believe he was around 28, which is quite old for a boxer to start. And he came through and done that. Yeah. He lost 4 times. All right, he lost 4 times. But he knocked out everybody he beat. It's incredible. He's so underrated.
Okay.
Canelo Alvarez.
He's correctly rated.
I think he's correctly rated.
I don't know who he is.
Okay. I would personally have been thinking about Canelo is he's hard.
Yeah.
He's a great, phenomenal boxer, and I think everyone knows it.
Yeah.
I'll go with it. I'm trying to think of like a really interesting one that will make us go, ooh. Prince Naseem.
I don't know who he is.
You don't know who Naseem is? Oh my God.
I don't like boxing. I don't like contact sport.
He is correctly rated.
I would say personally he's underrated because I would put him up there as it's just one of the greats.
He's amazing. He is.
We'll go. Anthony Joshua.
Overrated.
Just put it this way: he's lucky he looks like that.
Yeah. Do you reckon that's because of recency bias, but if you look at the whole of career, do you reckon he will go down as just really overrated his entire career?
Really overrated.
He's one of the few boxers that even I know has sort of like faced opponents that reasonably could have done better.
He's faced when he was like everybody loved him. He faced a few opponents, fair enough. Yeah. He faced Vladimir Klitschko. However, that was a bit unfair because there was no way Vladimir Klitschko was going to win. Mm-hmm. So it's not really that impressive of a win, but he did fight Vladimir Klitschko, which held the heavyweight title for over 10 years at that point. He faced Joseph Parker, beat him. He faced Dillian White, beat him. Derek Chisora. He did face all the greats at the time, but they weren't good enough for you to say he's amazing. They're not that good, so you can't say. And then when he faced someone good, he lost. And he faced Andy Ruiz. He's not that good, and he lost. He lost to Usyk. He's way overrated.
We'll go for Usyk then. What do we think about Usyk?
Underrated.
The thing is, he's so good. Yeah.
I'd say he's underrated because everyone knows he's good. Everyone knows he's great. It's just I don't. When you actually watch how he does it, how he breaks an opponent down, it is phenomenal. It is also absolutely phenomenal.
I'm going to just put this again, and I've said it many times off podcast, but I want to say it here. His amateur record. He had 335 wins and 15 losses. That's insane. That is insane. You put on his professional record, which I believe is 23. So that's what? 358 wins to 15 losses. Yeah. That is crazy. Yeah. I don't understand how you can do that. It's so crazy. And people don't know that record. And there's other boxers with amateur records even more than that. But that is still insane. Yeah. It's so impressive.
I've got one last boxer then. Okay. Because I know Charlie knows him. Yeah. Tony Bellew.
Oh, I love Tony. He's so sweet.
I think he was underrated.
I have no idea what he's like as a boxer at all. I just know him from League of Their Own. But I think he's so lovely.
He never fought anyone great. He fought
David Hay was the big one, wasn't it?
He fought David Hay, but David Hay was kind of past it.
Is that
And
the
to be
one
fair,
where
David Hay
also he
wasn't that
skipped
good.
the first time because he said something like he broke his toe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I think that was Tyson Fury.
Oh, right. Okay.
They fought twice, David Hay and Tony
right.
Blair. David Hay is one of the most overrated boxers of all time. That was an embarrassment. And his record's pretty good, so you can't have to go, oh yeah, it's pretty good. It wasn't. It was embarrassing. And Tony Bellew, he just knew he was going to win. He just was going to beat him. So it's hard to say that. But he fought no one. Really
I think
great. I like Tony Bellew. I've watched him on loads of things on TV.
So lovely.
So nice, down to earth. But he just, unfortunately, as a boxer, just wasn't that good. And I think he's even admitted that before.
I personally think that him going up to heavyweight was a massive mistake.
No, because it's not an unnatural heavyweight. It's just
he's a natural cruiserweight.
He started in cruiserweight, but his size and everything, he definitely can be naturally heavyweight.
But now, that's me done.
Oh, so we're not even doing single F1 driver, Jess?
What, would you like to do F1 drivers?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. You've done boxing, you've done football, you've done dogs.
I wanted to let Carter talk personally.
No. Because you don't have the balls to say that you don't know a single F1 driver bar the actual.
Okay, I'm going to speak first on each of them, and I'm going to say if I think they're over. Okay, I'm going to start off with Max Verstappen.
So you're only going to go with current ones, not old ones, aren't you?
Why would I go for old ones?
We'll go new ones.
Charlie, Charlie, whoa.
Darts players.
Did you used to watch F1 when you were a kid?
Doesn't matter, I've seen their races.
Yeah, but when you're looking back at it,
Guys, Sibling Ting
podcast
is on Instagram, TikTok, and
yes. You're not actually. Let's make this a section, yeah, because I always say this about footballers and boxers, yeah.
Anywhere you listen to your podcast, we are on.
I think a lot of people need to realise that if you've not experienced it, you're not getting the full. If you're not there living it in the moment, you're not really experiencing it.
Jesse, you've been a fan of football for about 2 years. You've been a fan of F1 for about 2 years. We don't know that much, but we're going for it, and that's what matters.
Actually, it's been 3, so sod ya.
There you go.
Do you know what's funny? I think we watched more darts growing up than we did football.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of darts.
I grew up with football.
I watched a lot of snooker. Steve made me listen, watch a lot.
But I personally think that if we're going for F1 drivers, you're only going for current. Yes, we're only going to go for.
I mean, you talked about Phil Taylor. You never watched Phil Taylor.
We did watch Phil Taylor. We did watch Phil Taylor.
I could say some F1 drivers.
Go on then, Clark. Go on then.
Yep.
All right. I'm not going to say the go because we don't have to.
Yeah, that's fair.
Piquet.
Nelson.
Yes.
Overrated.
No, he wasn't. It was correctly rated.
I want to say overrated because I just don't like him.
It was good. It was good.
No, I just don't like it.
Mansell. I think he was overrated.
No,
I think he was.
Say Mansell.
I'd
say correctly rated. He's not over or under. Say correctly.
Give you correct. I would say over.
I would not say over at all.
All right. Ayrton Senna.
I mean, are you joking?
You know what? He is so good.
He can't be on this list.
He is so good. I don't even want to say correct. I want to say under because he's so good. But people don't know that.
People
still say Michael Schumacher.
Know.
People still say Lewis Hamilton. No, it's Ayrton Senna.
Yeah. Okay, Jess, ones that you
go new ones. Yeah, go new.
Oh, am I doing
it?
Okay. I'll go for Max Verstappen.
I'd say correctly.
Yeah, he's definitely not over. It's arguable that he's under because of the car.
No,
but I'd say correct then. I'd say correct.
Yuki.
Underrated.
He's really been last season. He's so impressive. Yeah. So impressive.
I will go
for phenomenon.
Lance Stroll.
Next.
Do you know what? He's not even. I'll say this. He's not even over or under. He's correctly rated because everyone knows he isn't good enough to be in the sport.
He's just Lance Stroll.
Okay.
Sorry.
Lando Norris.
Correctly rated.
I don't know. I'd say under.
I think he's underrated. I think he's really underrated.
People understand how good he is.
I don't think a lot of people do.
He was one of the faces of boxing. One of the faces of Formula 1.
I remember watching Lando Norris knock out
A lot of people say he's only there because, looks or dad, because obviously his dad put in a lot of money.
I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've always heard how much he's...
I think he's massively underrated.
Charles Leclerc.
Underrated.
Yeah, he's one of the most underrated. sports people ever.
Do you reckon?
Massively underrated.
Yeah, you
He's
don't.
so
if you start to
impressive.
get used to it a bit more and start to watch it a bit more, you understand how bad
The
Ferrari
thing
treat
is,
like Charles Leclerc.
Charles makes bad decisions still, which I think is absolutely understandable
No, I
for
don't think
any
he does.
driver. He does occasionally, but I
I
think that's
think
also
Ferrari
understandable for every single driver.
Yeah.
It's just that one, I think people obviously he is ridiculously good looking. That's not hidden there here or there. That's just accepted. I think a lot of people sort of use that almost as a weapon against him.
Yeah.
Like, well, because he's good looking, he kind of gets this and whatever. No, I think without looking at it, he is incredibly technical in everything he does.
Yeah,
He does every single
yeah.
manoeuvre, every overtake and things like that. He genuinely seems to think about it, and he actually is really, really
Yeah.
impressive. So, without question,
He is definitely. He's probably the most underrated. I'd say.
Is he the smooth?
That's Carlos Sainz.
Is that Carlos Sainz?
Carlos Sainz.
Is that unacceptable? Unacceptable.
Got that sense.
Because I'm a smooth operator. I'm done pretty much
Okay,
for my
yeah.
section.
I
so-
don't have a whole bunch to talk about, but I'll mention a few things. A couple that we might want to bounce
Yeah.
off. There's not really many within the next month great fights coming up, some big ones. The
Yeah.
only one I can think of is for a welterweight championship of women's boxing. Jonas vs Price, both Brits. Big up Brits.
Yeah.
Most people
sure.
are giving Price is 10 years younger.
Okay.
10 years younger is quite a lot. She's never lost, but she's only had 8 fights. The other girl, she's 40, which is old for a boxer, technically. She's had 16 fights.
Oh.
Oh, the dogs jumped.
Hello, baby.
I'll just say that Price is looking, most people think she's going to win. I'm going to say Jonas. I just have a feeling. I'm not unfortunately seeing them fight, so I can't talk a whole bunch and I don't want to take up time on that. But there is an undercard, which is quite interesting. You will know one of the names.
Go on then. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
There's a girl called Shin.
No.
And her opponent, Caroline Dubois.
Dubois. Yes!
Dubois. Yeah.
There's another one.
There's another one.
Dubois.
There's another.
She will be fighting on the undercard. She is the main undercard. She's had 10 fights, 10 wins. 11 fights, 10 wins, 1 draw. So she's doing pretty good. And Dubois. So she's fighting. There's not really a whole bunch more coming up. There is Dillian White versus Joe Joyce. It's just a heavyweight bout.
You say it,
which will
Ghost.
be
Agreed.
Come on, Ghost.
Yeah, agreed.
That'll be on April 5th. Joe Joyce, Dillian White. That'll be interesting. It's just a nice little heavyweight fight. They've never fought before.
God, it's missing one.
Oh, God. Okay, go on.
I'm not talking about KSI.
KSI versus Dylan Dennis.
We're talking about boxing. All right, but this is a serious one
Yeah.
for us.
Okay.
Not for boxing.
For us.
For us.
Personally, as a family.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's weird.
There's a fight coming up March 29th,
Yeah.
at the end of the month.
Okay.
Michaela Mayer
Okay.
versus
Yeah.
Sandy Ryan.
Why is that important to us as a family?
Sandy Ryan is just...
No idea.
No idea.
She's a boxer from Derby. She's a famous boxer from Derby.
Up the ramp!
Yeah.
Up the ramp!
Come on, guys. Come on. I thought you know Sandy Ryan.
Oh, man.
No.
Yeah, she's from Derby. She's born and raised Derby.
Oh,
Spent
wow.
time.
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah,
Damn it.
Sandy, damn right.
Well,
didn't she?
I'm pretty sure she went to Olympics and did all that stuff. But she's pretty. She's somewhat big for the boxing community, and she's from Derby. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of our own.
Okay.
One of our own.
Cool.
And she will be fighting for the WBO welterweight world title.
Do you feel so embarrassed right now?
Yeah, I
feel
thought
like
you guys
you
would
should.
at least know about
Yeah.
her.
Agreed. That is exactly my thoughts too, James.
I don't cut that out. I guarantee you can hear that.
taking your thoughts out because
Jesse,
genuinely that was embarrassing.
I thought you'd know about this. But the only, the next thing, the main thing I suppose I'll talk about, there's honestly not much to talk about on my side, is the egg slap from Chris Eubank Jr. on Conor Benn. Don't know that, do you?
I think I've heard about it.
You know about the dads though, right?
Yeah.
Nigel Benn.
Yeah, you spoke about it last week. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Eubank, one of the greatest weights. He actually went up to cruiserweight,
Bit of a weird
which is
guy.
weird. He's a very strange guy, but he's funny as anything.
Well,
He has the best cameo in any film I've ever seen.
if you mention that cameo again,
it's just
I swear to God.
amazing. It's just amazing. See, he just walks off. But I mean, him and Nigel Benn had some wars. They were absolutely incredible. They're two of the best middleweights possibly ever. definitely in Britain, two of the best, if not the best middleweights. And now the sons are fighting. But yeah, Chris Eubank slapped him with an egg, had it in his pocket, and as Conor Benn leant in, took it out, smacked him. That is supposedly due to the fact that Conor Benn had to fight. I can't remember if it was Chris Eubank or someone else, but they had to fight. Eubank, and he failed a drug test, and he claimed it was because he was having eggs, and it went against his blood.
Honestly,
doesn't make sense.
I think daily about smacking and adding egg into another person. So,
Are you thinking me specifically, or just a random person?
I plead the fifth.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. Ryan.
Well, yeah, it's mostly you.
Thank you. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. Nothing major coming up, but Jonas and Price. I'll put a bit of a bet on that fight. I'm willing to. I don't know about you, Jess, but I'm willing to put a bet on that fight.
Do you have anything
so I'm
you
over for that. And I think, yeah, Ghost, you talking.
Do you have anything you want to say?
I can't wait until we start using cameras and we can have him as a mascot.
He's just going to sit the whole time and be like, look at me.
You know what? We can talk about the dog being as judgmental as we want, but until
people see
it,
yeah.
they'll be like, oh, wow.
He is judgmental.
Jesse, I believe it is your turn.
Jesse, yeah. Come on, lead us out, brother.
You're already ready. You're not ready for this.
Brother. Oh, come on.
Do you want to know?
The Sibling Ting. Some would say it's the greatest podcast on earth.
Some would say that, yeah.
Some would say it's me every week being depressed over Derby County.
Every week, yeah.
Some would say it's Charlie loving F1.
Yeah.
Some would say it's Carter talking about boxing.
Yeah.
I didn't have a funny one.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Where's
my
to be honest, with the joke you made earlier, God, guys, it's really important to us, and then how easy it fell, you don't deserve a good one.
I think it's embarrassing to you guys for not knowing Sandy
I think it's
Ryan.
embarrassing how you said it.
Some people would say that. You know what I would say?
Go on.
I would say, this is life.
Okay.
I would say this is a family.
Yeah.
I would say
it's chaos.
It's mental.
Okay.
I would also say follow us on Instagram. Come on, yeah. Follow us on we got Instagram, we got
TikTok.
Twitter, we got TikTok.
It's not Twitter anymore, it's X.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
The dog's face is what I'm imagining most people's faces look like as you're explaining.
Yeah. I will also say as well that I'm thinking of doing an idea where we could do a live stream one day.
Oh God,
I'm happy to do a live stream.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
If you ever want any of us to do a certain subject, we're willing to talk about it.
Yeah.
We're not going to promise we won't rinse it, but we will talk about it.
It's like if you want us to talk about cricket, we'll do it. We're going to rinse your sport to pieces.
I will need a drink,
I
will get a drink for that. But honestly, please just get involved. Just get involved. Hop on the socials. Get in contact. Do you know what? If you want to send some hate over, try it. I'm a Derby fan. I've heard it all. Like I can't get more miserable than this.
You can say that doesn't hurt him more.
So honestly, I'm just happy. We are going to be the biggest podcast in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, I think we are we not? Who's bigger than us right now?
There's no one bigger than us.
Exactly.
Honestly, big up the fan base. We're getting there. We're going to get there.
Exactly.
So,
and thank you everyone for tuning in. When you do listen, we see it and we get so excited.
We do.
It is so nice when we get to see how many people are listening and things like that. So we absolutely love it.
You know what? I will also start. Tune in for this video because I'm going to do this, yeah? All the predictions made today, when we are watching them live, I will get a live reaction.
Okay, yeah.
I will be getting a live. We are at the pub for the darts, so...
Well...
Yeah, I will be getting a live reaction of that.
Sure, yeah.
And also, put your predictions down.
Yeah,
put all your predictions down.
Is Carter wrong? Probably. Is Jesse wrong?
Definitely.
100%. Yeah, more likely.
Is Charlie wrong? Never.
But honestly, guys, take care. Drive safe. Don't drink too much. What else do people say in situations like that? Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Wear protection. Yeah, Jorix and that.
Drink plenty of water.
Oh, big up the water.
Oh, yeah.
And the main thing, sleep good tonight, everyone, because we will be. Come on, up the Sibling Ting.
Overrated.
Take care, guys.
Up
Come
the
on.
Sibling Ting. Thank you.
Bye.